Hi, I'm Melony with Eagles Healing Nest. We're a 501c3. Um, we are a veterans organization. We currently have 70 veterans that call our nest home, and we're creating our own place to heal with honor. We rely on very small donations, and literally 3.5 years ago, 500 volunteers came here and we started renovating the buildings here. There are 24 buildings, and we are currently working on building number 5, and many hearts and hands joined together to do that. It's a helping hand up for our veterans, military members, and their families. They take care of it. It's their home. They take ownership in it and pride in it. But they come from all over, from every era, from World War II to current active duty members. We don't segregate them based on a diagnosis. We just love them and believe that they can, if they have a safe place to do that, heal with honor. And that's what they're doing. And we've been very blessed by the doctor coming here and utilizing and giving the scans as well as the PTSD glasses to our veterans. They found them very useful as a tool. There's not a cure for PTSD, but there are ways to alleviate the symptoms, and that's what these glasses do. Is it takes that anxiety down and allows them to truly integrate and to actively participate in things that they normally wouldn't be able to do. There are many forms of therapies for PTSD. Most of the clinical models are very old school. A lot of them require medications. The problem with that is many of our veterans suffer from substance abuse or traumatic brain injuries, and those medications can be counterproductive. So the glasses are just an amazing way for them to decompress when they're feeling anxious. So you'll see them walking around the nest, and they don't necessarily have sunglasses on. They have a form of therapy, and to hear them talk about they really work. And we never thought that it could be this way is just truly a gift to them here. And so as they come, and most of them come with PTSD, anxiety, depression, substance abuse issues, they come here and start to reintegrate. For some of the veterans that have battled that for decades, our Vietnam veterans, the glasses have been amazing. But and we put in place a whole bunch of people and resources for them to heal. A lot of peer-to-peer. They have multiple skills and lots of love and compassion to give back to each other. They don't leave anyone behind on the battlefield. You know, we even had providers that came here and they said, we only want to treat the veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan. And it was the veterans that said, no, the Vietnam veterans suffered long before we did. If you can't help us all, then we can't have you at the nest, because we're just one giant family. And so we're very blessed when the clinicians do that. So all of those resources together, they get to pick and choose. Nobody's telling them how to heal in 30 days or 45 days or 90 days, or no one's telling them to get over it. They are picking what works for them. And the glasses work for them. And so does a whole host of other things, from fly tying to working down in the barn, and to some of the clinical models as well. And that's what the nest is. And the veterans come here with no other place to go. And it's home. And when they soar the nest, that's what we call it, when they feel that they're ready to reintegrate, they can always come back at any given time, whether it's just to decompress or just to visit or to give back to fellow veterans. That's what makes it different. Vet to vet, family to family, with the strong community support. With veteran suicide taking more lives than combat, Minnesota having the highest rate, We had to do something. I had to do something. My husband and my sons all served. My son came back and he was in crisis from PTSD. And the entities said no. And they said, come with a solution. And my stepfather, who was a Vietnam vet, had taught me many lessons, starting at 8 years old. He and all those he served with in Vietnam have all taken their lives. And I couldn't let my son or those that they served with become now statistics. That's why the nest is here. That's why it's important. That's why other states are now asking us to be there. With no cure for PTSD or a traumatic brain injury, although they can learn how to adapt and function, that's what veterans do. So the glasses is just one more tool to do that. And we're glad because it'll help them soar and be in their communities, whether it's to go to the store and just shop for basic daily living needs or to go back to their family. Whatever it takes, just joining hearts and hands.